Roger Stone says this was a precision hit, not the work of a nut.
It's a precision, skilled political hit. This was not some random act of violence by a nut. We need to know who, what entities, what people, who's funding this, who's orchestrated this. This has too many resemblances to what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. President himself brought that up. I, along with all, I think every American wants to get to the bottom of who's behind this horrific violence.
Oh, I am so glad you went there, Roger, because I think there's more to this story than people are reflecting on in the media right now. And one of the reasons I wanted to discuss this with you is you've literally written books on other political assassinations where there is a lack of transparency. And it almost seems like when an enigmatic figure, when a powerful figure, when a persuasive figure like Charlie Kirk is leading a groundswell in this country, we lose them all too soon. That is the way I feel about my friend, and there is a consequential difference between what we saw in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the fact pattern as I know it here. Here there was one bullet. In Butler, the shooter got multiple rounds off. Here, one bullet. So we're going to have some, folks on the network that are going to give us a lot of information about investigations and how they work. But Roger, in all of the research you've done as a historian of some of these significant assassinations, have you seen a circumstance where it's one bullet? And if so, share with us and tell us what your reaction is to that novel fact.
That's precisely why I say this was a precision political assassination. This was a professional hit, directly in the jugular, one bullet, a long rifle, a man from the roof. Does this sound familiar? Now, you're right. In Butler, even though the counter shooter had the would-be assassin in his sights, he waited until he got off 8 rounds before he took him out. That's deeply disturbing. We still don't even have a public report. There is no government report on the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan. I have a book coming out about that at Christmas. You're going to be shocked when you learn what we don't know about that. But there are too many questions here. Once again, a man from a roof with a long rifle, which means this could have been prevented. That's my real concern. I believe it could have been prevented. This is a political assassination by a much larger organization, and this was done professionally. We need answers. We need answers about Butler. We need answers about West Palm Beach. Our government continues to be silent. I'm just not satisfied with what they've told us. Now, I don't think you are either.
Yeah, absolutely. And neither am I, by the way, Roger. I do have a follow-up then for you.